Hey everybody, I feel like it's been so long. Give me 1 second. I want to see if this makes my face look a little better. Seems to. Alright, give me 1 second. How is how's the volume for the music? Too high, too low? Perfect. Alright. So I'll probably spend about an hour streaming. It just depends on how much progress I make. We're doing something completely different today, which is going to be tonal environments. I have not done this on the channel yet, so you know, should be fun. It has been a little bit actually since I practiced this specific thing, so it might take me a little bit to get um, into the groove, but we'll get there. Actually, let me do this. So I just want to make a, oops, quick box for myself. Where's the rectangle? Just so we have spaces to draw in. Right. Let's copy and paste this. I have sincerely missed doing streams. There was times where I almost just said, screw it, I'm gonna do a stream. But I really needed to make sure that I was focusing on my portfolio, so that I could start applying to jobs. And cool news is I think I'm going to, well, not I think, I am going to apply to a couple of jobs today, actually. I don't expect to get it yet, to get any jobs yet, because I still have, like, my portfolio is getting better, but I still have to add more to it. I don't have quite enough pieces, at least in my opinion. Um, so, nice. Finally came alive because the last time I did a stream was 3 months ago. I know. It has been a very long time. Gesture clock is finally fixed. That's what I like to hear. Alright. So right here, um, we are going to do a quick prompt for what we are working on, and this will end up being a portfolio piece for me. Um, Also, I don't know if y'all could tell, but I moved. Got a new backdrop, which I'm actually okay with. I'm probably not going to use my green screen too much. I am cool with this backdrop, to be honest with you. Um, it's got, like, I don't know, it's got my art stuff up top. It's got my manga collection right here, which I guess I could probably move up, which would be cool. Um, so yeah, yep. New house. All right, so my prompt, this is a post. Uh-oh. Can't spell apocalypse. We'll do that. Earth. Everything is desert. Oh, well, I should say almost everything. Everything is desert. Thank you. It does look like that. I will say this too. I did want to, I kind of wanted to make this announcement. I'm going to be kind of, I think, rebranding myself here pretty soon. It'll probably change from being like Manga Mike to like Mike Lee Concepts or something like that. Mike J. Lee Art, something along those lines. Because while I will do a manga at some point, it's going to be a while down the road, I think. I'm actually the portfolio I'm creating, it's all characters that will be in the manga that I eventually create, but I want to market myself as more of a concept artist because that's the job that I want. So we're probably going to have a bit of a rebrand at some point in the near future. Everything's desert. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to change any of my content. Like, my content's going to be largely the same. So it's just making sure that, you know, I'm doing what's best for me. I'm probably going to change my email address, stuff like that. All right, so everything is desert. There is a city surrounded. Is that how you spell surrounded? Everything looks weird when it's all capital. Is there only one R? No, 2 R's. So, we are going to see the OGs of the manga phase. Yeah, you know what I should do? I'll do this. I will, because it's all public stuff, I'll show y'all some of the stuff that I've been working on. And I can show you the before and after for everything, which will be kind of fun. Maybe not today, but I'll do that soon. City. Oasis City. Oasis City. That's the focal point. Okay. So, post-apocalyptic Earth, almost everything is desert. There's an oasis city that is the focal point. So, this is what we're going to be working on today. I might not do all 4 of these, like, tonal blocks. I'll probably do 2 at minimum, though. So, we'll see. And it also just depends on how long it takes. All right. And if you have questions about this, because this is definitely super duper different than the material I was doing before. So if you have questions, just ask. What do I want to call boxes? We'll start with foreground. All right. And I'm gonna make a quick layer mask here, and I'm gonna put this in it. Close mid. Oh, okay. That's okay, Pumpkin Pie. Hopefully all your exams and stuff go well. Close mid, far mid, and last but not least, back. Okay. Sorry for the delay. Let's get started here. So this is just going to be thumbnail, right? Like, nothing crazy. Oops. And again, please ask questions as I work. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was not a fan of exams in school, whether that be high school or college. So, tonal environments are just that. They're just tones. And what they do is if you do them correctly, they give a really good sense of depth. Oh, that's cool, Peter. What's your new job? Foreground, close mid. Oh, I need to do these the opposite direction. right? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so we will go here. Oh, y'all can't see the colors. That stinks. Let me see if I can fix that really fast. Because I want y'all to see the colors that I'm using on the color wheel. 1 second. I mean, granted... can you see it? Oh, you can. Never mind. So, yeah, just pay attention, and I can make it bigger for you. But just pay attention to this bottom corner here so you can see, like, what I'm doing as far as colors and stuff for this. But moved to a new company, finally working remotely. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good for you, man. You know what? I am going to take this. Oops. I want a hard eraser. And right now, like, this is just idea exploration, right? Like, there's no pressure here to get anything. Yes, I am. I'm doing backgrounds today. All right. I like when I'm doing backgrounds and stuff, I like to put the focal point in this far mid section that I have over here. Um, I like to do that because it gives you depth. So you'll see what I mean once I get there. Hopefully, I might maybe not do too well. It's been, like I said, it has been quite a bit of time since I've done tonal backgrounds. Well, I will say, if you can master doing this, this is like the epitome of like a lazy background. But it can look really good if you do it correctly. So just remember that. And I'll be doing these more frequently. Backgrounds are something I definitely need to like level my skills up on. Uh, so we got that. I'm gonna put a smaller one here. Man, I don't know what's up with this thing. This thing's driving me nuts. My like camera, it likes to, maybe if I do this, it likes to like tilt. Give me 1 second as I'm drawing, and it's such a pain in the butt. It's just like, bruh, just stay where you need to stay. So my head isn't like slowly turning on your screen. Uh, they will end up being rocks, but like little mountains almost, but it'll take some time. And I did want them to kind of have like the appearance of a crystal. I wanted them to be kind of like jagged and pointy. Uh, all right. Uh, I actually want to move this one. I'm gonna move him to here, like this. I want my city. Let me flip the screen too. I want my city to be like in here. And I'm definitely not going to be rendering like a whole city sculpture in this. But what I will do is I will get some shading, some like lighting and stuff in here, minimally. All right. So again, look at what I'm doing here with the colors, the values, as I'm going back in space. All right. I might need to watch your eyes. I'm gonna have to make the screen brighter for this. Um, all right. You know what? Before I even go there, I'm gonna make this mountain like impossibly big. I feel like I'm being a little bit too restrained here. Get the liquid. Kind of like that. Liquefy. I'm gonna make this in a little. I could probably just sculpt this one really fast. Cool. That is a great song, by the way. All right, so the other thing that I'm doing too, and I don't do a very good job of this, so it's something that I'm going to say, and hopefully, hopefully you'll do as you're like practicing these yourself. Is make sure that you're looking at your thumbnail, and seeing what your composition is looking like. I think right now, like I like this composition, especially because of what I'm about to do right in here. I think that it's going to be really well framed because all of this is going to kind of just lead to it. So just be conscious of that as you're going through. Yep, trust in the process or find more references. Yep, that is definitely true. Um, so I want to do this. I'm definitely gonna have this kind of like that, maybe. Maybe I could just to break up because I have a lot of stuff that's just kind of funneling the opposite direction, so I can kind of break that up a little bit. And now I'm going to start to put in a bit of like a cityscape. Um, I will, like, after I get the initial pieces of this in, you're going to see me start to change the shapes. I want this city to kind of read almost like it was trying to copy the rocks a little bit. Maybe I won't though, because I kind of like the way that this is looking in the thumbnail. Actually, it's got a good contrast to it. Yep, yep, yep. Got this. Let's do maybe some small buildings in the distance. And then, you know what I might do? Let's see here. What if I pulled this up? Let's try that. Ooh, I do kind of like that. All right. And then what I'm also going to do. Oh, thank you. Glad to hear it. I do want to do copy too much. There's a lot of artists that just do backgrounds, but that's not like, I mean, I wouldn't mind if I got a job where they wanted me to do a few backgrounds in it, but I don't want that to be my primary thing. I would like to be able to do some character or creature design as well. Thank you for the hearts. Appreciate it. All right. I actually make this much smaller. Oops. Oh yeah, let me just look at the thumbnail again. I'm liking the thumbnail. I think that we can move on to the furthest part here. Um, I kind of want there to be these like mountains in the distance as well. So I'm gonna put that in. Oops, sorry. So again, like this isn't gonna look like much right now, but as I keep going, you'll kind of see the power of it. It's a very, very awesome like tool to have in your arsenal if you are a concept artist. Yep. The grays, the different shades, as distance occurs, it makes it feel like they're further back. The atmospheric perspective with this is awesome. With the style, I should say. Um, I want that. Let's see what it does in the silhouette, and then I'll decide. Um, no, I say we keep it. Yeah, we'll keep that. All right. And I'll probably have, I can just put it in right now. Actually, I'm gonna have like a character. Probably make her a little bit bigger. You have like a little character in the foreground like this. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just to, one, give some perspective on the scale, but two, just to add a little bit of storytelling here. I'm gonna put her a little bit into here. Alrighty. So now I'm gonna make. I would like to make some folders here inside of this folder. Alrighty, and I can add highlights. And this is going to be the start of when things start to feel like they're coming together a little bit more. Again, it won't be perfect, but one thing I already want to change, though, is I don't really have... So, like, you want your shapes to be at least semi-consistent. And the thing that I'm going to change is this is round. I don't want that. It needs to be a bit more pointy because everything else is pointy. Same with this one. No pointies. I mean, no rounds. All pointy. The only rounds we really have is like at these bases down here. So we want to make sure we keep that consistent. So it's time to start doing some of the highlights, and you're gonna see something kind of weird, but bear with me as we get through. Yeah, very, very small person. Where is it? There it goes. Where are you? I want this one. So we have this. We're going to minimize. I'm gonna do this. So this is like a template that I've created. We're going to use it to help with the rendering of everything that's up close here. I think that feels pretty good. Actually, let me go in here to a mesh. You can also do this part, and I would actually recommend. I'm trying to show different tools that you can use. Um, but you can do all of this stuff that I'm doing right now. You can just do it by hand. I get I get a little bit too perfectionistic to just go by hand all the time, unfortunately. Um, so that's something that I would like to change as I'm moving forward. No, I don't think so. How long? We've been on for 30 minutes. Yeah, I guess you're right. Like, it's taking me maybe a half an hour to do this thus far. I'll probably finish this one and stop, actually, because I have other stuff that I have to get to today. But, it can take a little bit. Um, all right, so we got that in. And what I want to do now is I want to duplicate this, and I'm gonna move it, and that's true. Move it, flip it, and put it here. Um, and now I'm going to move in a new one. And I kind of like the way that that part looks, but this is just the beginning. But yeah, the texture is really nice. It's because it's a texture of like an actual rock face, so it's going to look highly accurate. Uh, Let me do this a little bit. Do I want? Yeah, I think this is good. But I am going to change this around quite a bit. Layer. And it's going to be like what I'll end up having is going to be a lot more. Um, Actually, I think that for this one, it's not really too bad. Like maybe I can do it in like one of the far rocks. It's not it's not so bad. I just like doing it this way because I know that I'm getting something that is like more realistic. I think I can work with that. Let's do. Can't do that. And the funny thing is right now, I don't know if you can really tell. Oh, that's perfect. I'm actually not even like using my brush. It's so weird, but I'm just using mouse and keyboard right now to get this stuff in. All right, so I'm gonna keep this like this for right now. Well, only semi-true. Let's go. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select inverse delete just to get rid of all the extra stuff. I'm gonna keep this like this for now, and I'm gonna show you how to make this look a bit more painterly. Because right now, first of all, I will say this is super pixelated because we're working at a fraction of uh, what a hacker. Yeah, it is kind of hacks. Um, but you know, working at a fraction of like the size that you probably should for a background, but because it's a thumbnail. But um you'll see it's gonna look much more painterly once this is done. So let me show you the method that you can use if you don't want to do it the way that I'm doing it, if it feels like cheating. Which understandable. So another method would be just to go in here. Let's say, where do I want the sunlight? Let's say the sun's coming. Yeah, that would be good. I want the sun to come from this direction. Really fast, I wanna. Dang it. Forgot that I did the layer mask. I want the sun to be coming from like this direction so that it can shine light on this part of the city once the time comes. Oops. Nope. That's also not what I wanted. Alright, I can just actually delete the layer. So where was I? Close mid. Okay. So we'll go back to like near white. Get my silhouette brush. Get rid of that. So yeah, so that means that these rocks, there's going to be light hitting on this side of the rock. So what I'm going to do first is just kind of pick and choose where stuff is going to be shining, what's in shadow, what's in the shade. The cool thing about like rock formations and things is it doesn't always like really matter, because it can be anything, right? Like what I'm doing now is I'm trying to create like this like little path. Imagine we're in a video game and you know there's some light shining where the path would be, or where the character needs to go next. So that's what I'm kind of doing here. All right, and then go back to here. I want yeah, you can find references for this. I don't have any references right now. I'm doing this all from imagination. For the mountains that are like in the front, or the rock ranges that are in the front here, I can share a site of like free it has like free tools and stuff that you can use, or not tools, pictures that you can use. They're completely copyright free, so you can use them for anything you want. That's where I got these different like rock formation things that I like to use for the textures. Yeah, I mean, I one of the things that really happened while I was doing this program was I've learned to let loose a little bit more. Um, you know, as long as it looks relatively realistic, you're good to go. And I also just gained confidence because I found a bunch of different tools that work well. Techniques. So, again, this isn't going to look like too much right now, but as I go through and refine more and more, it'll start to look better and better. Trying to give the impression that there's some like rocks in this area here. And again, trying to keep an eye on the thumbnail as well. Which I've been not doing a great job of, but all right. So now what I'm going to do for some of these rocks here is I'm going to go through and add details like cracks and things, because rock formations are not perfect. They have different cracks and all kinds of stuff in them. Actually, trying to think here what I want to do. So one thing you don't want to do while you're doing this is like mess up your perspective, which I might be doing. I need to maybe think about it a bit more as I'm going through, but you want it to look like these mountains and things are like impossibly tall. That's why I have them kind of going off the page. But you can easily mess that illusion up if you don't do your perspective correctly. And it's not like I'm not sitting here thinking about like, well, I kind of am, but it doesn't have to be like perfect perspective. It just needs to not break your work. So keep that in mind. All right. What I'm also going to do, well, first, I want to really solidify this edge here, but I'm also going to put some highlight going in the opposite direction. Here and there, nothing too crazy. Gotta go. Oh no. Well, have a good day. Sorry that you have a bunch of back-to-back classes, but All right, so yeah, something like that is how you could get the same kind of detail that I have in the foreground in the background. But the reason why I like to do how I did it earlier is because it's gonna look better overall. And it's actually gonna take a little less time. Uh, as you can see, like this took me probably double the time. But there's nothing wrong with this method either. Like this method works perfectly fine. What I'm doing now is just kind of trying to get this path going really well. And also going to add just little bits of details here and there. Oops. Layer color. All right. Cool. Um, I am going to take a very short bathroom break. I drank tea, so I have to go to the bathroom really fast. I will be right back, though. Apologize for the short break. Just need to mute. Okay, we're back. Right. All right, all right. Cool. So now we will do some highlights here, and I'm going to go back to using the method that I had before. just to move things along a little. Um, Sorry, I was laughing at the fact that y'all are having discussions about doing hands and stuff. It's really funny. Let me rasterize this. And okay. So you have to be careful when you are getting further and further back. You don't want to uh, mess up what you had going with your design and making sure things don't look well, not the design, sorry, the perspective that you've worked hard to create, because it's very easy to do that. So what I'm doing here is I'm smushing this down quite a bit. Then I'll duplicate this. I'm going to flip it and here. You just want to make sure that things don't feel bigger, or sorry, the things in your background aren't bigger than the things that are in your foreground, because then it's gonna break it. And by bigger, I don't mean like for instance, it's okay that I have this really large mountain back here or this really large mountain right here, and it's seemingly bigger than anything that's in our foreground, right? That's okay. That's not the issue. The issue would be like right now, I would say it is a problem that the details here, there are more details here than there are in the front. So that's something that you want to pay attention to. All right, so we're going to combine all those. And now we're going to do a very quick rendering for the building that's right here, the buildings, I should say. So I'm trying to make sure I stay consistent with the light source that I've created here. Again, that's another way to like break your illusion that you've worked so hard for of the depth. The other thing that I want you to notice too that I'm trying to do a good job of is I'm trying to make sure that I don't zoom in too much, because if it doesn't look good at the depth that you're currently at, it doesn't matter what details you put in, it's still not going to look good. So just make sure that you're paying attention to that as you're going through. Should I have this? Let me see. Do I like it better? Oh, yeah, I do. Immediately. All right. So we're actually almost done here with an entire tonal design. It's not going to take me too long to get the mountains in the back rendered. Oh, before I do that though, let me... Oops, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Excuse me. Alright, so last but not least, these far mountains here. So same thing, we're going to use our texture here. That might be the only one that really needs it, to be honest with you. And we can just go in here. Oops. And just do a very, very light render in here. Just to show that that's going in front, and do the same over here. And you know what, maybe I will duplicate this. Flip this way. And stretch it up. Yep. Cool. We'll combine these two. This. Invert. Alright. So, I guess last thing. Let's get a couple of clouds in, and then I'll show you what comes next with this kind of method, and then we'll be finished for the day. So let's go. We could do that. clouds. So I'll get my silhouette brush. I think that's fine. I like to do my clouds so that like some of them even go in front of the cloud or the mountains and stuff, just because it makes it feel like there's even more depth. I'm probably gonna have to mess with my value ranges just a little bit here to get the desired effect. So, all right, I think the paper's fine. Let's do background. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually make things just a little bit darker. Maybe not quite that dark. All right. So I did 5, so let's go 5 for all of them. Okay. This could go even darker, I think. I think this one at 10 is probably good. All right. So here is kind of the magic of what we've done here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to that's the background. Let's start with the foreground. All right, good. So we're gonna select this. We're gonna get rid of it, and now we can go in with a value brush. And we said that the light is going to be coming from this upper left-hand corner. So now we can go through and paint in some of these details with that thought process that the light is coming in from that corner. So things over here are going to be brighter, while things as we get closer are going to die down a bit. Want to make sure we had at least enough detail to see what's going on in these darker spaces. But actually, I'm going to go complete white here. All right. I'm going to light up this path just a bit. And I'm also going to add, I'll probably do a little bit of a cast shadow somewhere here in a second. Where though? Let's just say right here in particular is getting some shadow. Actually, let me go here. It's getting a little bit of shadow just to really highlight where that character is. Even darker, maybe. All right. And now I can go back up to here and really brighten up this path right here. All right, so that's that part done. So I'm gonna have to add a new layer here because we already did this as the highlight layer. Same process though, so we're gonna get rid of that. And now we can go through and again, I really want this path to be lit up pretty well, so we go through to that. Let's act like there's a cast shadow on the rock here. And we can come to this big guy. And I really want to lay it thick up top here. And then as we go down, we can lighten up a bit. All right. I think that's pretty good. Let me maybe highlight this a little more. Perfect. And then we're gonna go, just keep doing this process over and over again. So this is where I think that mistakes were made a little bit. So look, this is way too detailed. What's happening is because it's so detailed, it's bringing it closer to us than we want it to be. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna stick to this for right now. I think this is fine. The bottom part's fine. That's even fine. It's just specifically that mountain right there. Something really fast. So the way that I'm gonna fix that, oops. So I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'm actually gonna just get the smudge brush out and start to blend some of this together and see if that works. Nope, not at all. It does not work the way that I wanted it to, but you got a plan B, which is to just draw on top. To be honest, I think I can use the ink brush for this. So what I'm doing is I'm just combining some of these details a little bit because, like I said, it's just a little too much. I'll make this one big piece. My whatchamacallit, the endurance that I got while doing this class is pretty high now. Um, what I mean by that is like my tolerance. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna abandon this. I'm just gonna do what I did here. Actually, I kind of liked this, so we're gonna completely abandon this thing that I had going here with the texture. I kind of like what it's doing on the edge here, so I'll keep that a little bit. Um, all right. I am gonna have to come back and redo the shading here, but that's okay. Oh, I was like, why is that not working? So we're gonna add these cracks kind of like we had in the other one that's closer to us. And really, I think that's enough. So we're gonna highlight this. I'm gonna get rid of this, go here, and I'm gonna do that. That feels much better than what we had before. So now what I'll do is just come through, go here and delete that, and we'll keep what we had before. Actually, I kind of want to make it a bit brighter up top. That make the difference that I wanted it to. Probably not. I want to highlight a lot here. Let it go down there. Okay, that's better. So we'll go back through here and delete that. Um, oops, did I delete the wrong thing? I did. Let's delete this. There it goes. All right. And last but not least, our far background here. So this one I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have to do the same thing. But we'll see. Uh, not much longer. Like this is almost done. I weirdly don't mind it as much there. I wonder why that is. Probably just because it's so far back. Oh, you're fine. All right. Last thing, we're gonna just do some really light highlighting on our character here. All right. And there we go. We have a tonal environment. Let me just smudge some of this here. Oops, wrong. Is that wrong? That's right. Oh, sorry. There is one final touch that will take me little to no time at all. Um, all right, so we're gonna go here. And the beautiful part about this is this is ready for me to color too. Like I could get color on this pretty quickly. But oops, we'll go filter, blur, radial blur. It's already in the right direction here. Cool. So I'm gonna duplicate. Duplicate. Let me see if overlay looks better. Sometimes it does. I don't think it really matters here. I'm gonna do this and this. Don't worry about taking a screenshot. I'll make a I'll like export it and send it to you on Discord. All right. So we got that. I'm just gonna play around with these settings really fast. Ooh, hard light looks nice. Ooh, what about glow dodge? Oh wow, that looks crazy. That's not the intended color dodge. Color dodge looks pretty good too. All right, we'll go with color dodge. And then I'm just gonna take the handy dandy liquify tool and bloop. God rays. Perfect. Use the soft brush a little bit here. All right. So that is a tonal environment in a little over an hour. I kind of wish I would have just made it bigger just because this I think looks good and I could just make this a finalized piece and it would be pretty good for a portfolio piece, but that's okay. I am going to. Sorry. I could sit here and noodle around with these things for hours. This will literally be the last thing that I do. Let's go here and I'm gonna do that, and I will make the clouds a bit darker actually. Oop. Or do I make them brighter? Let's go there. All right, cool. So this is one of the things I learned in my program. It's a very powerful tool and a very invaluable tool for concept artists. So keep it in mind. I'll be sure to do some more of these in the future. Okay. Because this is something I kind of want to fill my portfolio up with, just to show that I can do some quick designs here and there within an hour or so that are, environmental designs. Is this a finished piece? No, it's more of like this is like what I would call like background sketch. Like this is more sketchy than anything, but this can be something that would be finalized as a portfolio piece in the future. In fact, I might do that. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to save this and then I will finish stuff up. Yeah, I can definitely do some more of these. Cool. I will say, I think that the mid ground, it's a little sloppier than I would like, but that's okay. It just doesn't look, it looks like it's out of focus and it's making it so that it doesn't look properly placed, but that's all right. Anyways, I hope that y'all enjoyed this one. You know, this is something that I really enjoyed doing in our course because I didn't think that I liked environments. I didn't think I liked making environments, but I actually really do enjoy it. It's something that, you know, do I like it as much as characters? No, but it is still fun to do. So, anyways, I hope that y'all have a. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can get the full picture again. I hope that y'all have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week as well. I'm gonna try to get back to weekly streams. We'll see what my schedule allows, but yeah, I hope that everything goes well for you for the rest of the week, and I'll see you hopefully next week, but if not, the week after. All right. Peace out, everybody. Oh, and also thank you so much for the support. I know that it's been a while since I've streamed, so I appreciate y'all hopping on it all. And I love y'all too. I appreciate y'all, you know, hopping on and giving me some company throughout. All right. See you later.